right. Welcome to Gen X Rated Tuesday edition. How we doing, guys?
You really want to know?
Well, I would like to hear something. Yes.
Outraged, infuriated.
I thought that was yesterday.
It just grows every day.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I'm with you. I mean, it's just, I don't know. You're almost beginning to get numb to it because it's just overwhelming, which is something we are going to avoid. But it's crazy. Gino?
I made beans
Okay.
and I cleaned out my closets, as Eminem would say.
I'm sorry, Mama.
I got a wife in Albuquerque unpacking my son for his new job, so I've just been doing shit. Like first rule of no Fight Club is don't fuck up her house, so she has no hate in her heart. So try to keep it clean. So like the robot vacuums are moving a lot, and I decided I was cleaning up my closets because our closets are in fucking disarray. Everything is everywhere in our closets. They all look like junk drawers. So I just decided to do some shit starting yesterday. And dude, I'm moving at a snail's pace, but it looks pretty good because I have good spatial awareness and shit and know how to fit shit into a box.
Nice.
So I'm just doing shit, man. And like I said, I made small red beans in the Instapot. Soaked them overnight, Instapotted them for 10 minutes, threw some fucking vegetable broth in there. I'll probably eat them and start farting here in a few hours.
Maybe want to burn some incense after that.
I'll just leave the window open. It's nice.
There you go.
Anyway, I've just been keeping busy. So, and then Saturday I will be in Nashville because my brother will be on spring break for a couple days. He's a principal, so I'm just going to go hang with him.
Nice.
And that'll be easy because he has never smoked weed a day in his life. He's never touched it. Dude's never even smelled the fucking dime bag. So the no weed thing will be fine in Nashville. So you don't have to worry about me, Nashville police. I will not be holding. Anyway, yeah, that's about it for me. I'm good. I'm fine.
That's pretty good. Just to circle back to your cleaning project, I mean, I'm a little overwhelmed myself, but I was told that you start like one closet at a time or one area at a time to kind of go through it so it's not so overwhelming. If I look at my whole house, I just would rather walk out the door and never come back.
Well, I pulled all the coats out of the closet in the basement going, fuck, we store toilet paper in here, paper towels. Why do our winter coats sit in here 24/7 year round? It's stupid. So I had a spot for those in a spare bedroom in another closet with all my clothes that are 3XL because they don't fucking fit yet, but they're brand fucking new because I waffle between 3.5X and 4X. I can never quite squeeze out the 3X. So yeah, dude, I just started by pulling shit out and then started throwing shit away, like paperwork from grills, just fucking old warranties that are expired. And you would not believe how much fucking paperwork you accumulate in 5 fucking years. We just moved in here 5 years ago. So I just dumped a garbage bag full of shit. So I had one closet at a time, moved the shit upstairs, and then dumped everything out of that closet. Dude, I've just been going slow as shit. So I got the kind of time you don't have because you run a very busy household and you got a lot of shit going on. I'm sort of an empty nester, like 2/3 of the time of my life because my kids keep coming back somehow, somewhere. But anyway, yeah, dude, just getting shit done. It's weird how you get shit done when you're sober and you don't just sit on your ass all day and take bong rip after bong rip. You can literally get shit done. Kind of funny. So I recommend it for everybody. Got to take a fucking tolerance break every once in a while. I haven't done it in too long. So anyway.
Well, just to play devil's advocate, I think sometimes you can spark up and get in the zone too. Really
that is true.
Pushes you to
100%.
You can really lock in.
But I applaud you, Gene.
When it comes to fucking eating Cheetos and shit, I can get in a fucking motherfucking zone. But no, yeah, you can definitely get in a zone. But you guys don't wake and bake. You don't smoke like I do, man. I wake up fucking pain and I want to just crawl straight to a fucking joint or a bong or a dab or something because I hurt so fucking bad in the morning. So it takes a little longer to warm up now. Just a extra half hour or so. Got on my vibration plate. I'm fine. Fuck it. I'm sober. Nice. It's weird, but I don't have a pit in my stomach because it's weed, dude. It ain't no big deal. It's
I agree.
I've accidentally not smoked weed before, just going to a beer festival in Michigan and shit and just not just shit. Sometimes you just don't smoke. But this is the first time I've consciously said, okay, I'm not gonna smoke. Let's see how long it goes. It's fine. No big deal.
Well, you look great. Whatever you're doing, keep it up.
Cut my fucking hair, man.
Hey, so did Uncle Bill over here.
I did.
Don't call him the Joker.
Looks pretty good. You don't look like that Asian scientist anymore, that astrophysicist. I can't remember his fucking name, but
I know who you mean. Yeah,
you have his hair.
He's smart.
Once they start comparing you to a Subaru driving older woman, it's time. I'll leave it.
I thought I was starting to look like Sideshow Bob, but
hey, Rob, I'm gonna check you on that whole lesbian thing and Subarus, because that's what you were fucking alluding to. Because I actually know a Subaru car salesperson who's in management now.
Okay.
And she literally told me, and she's in Omaha. She fucking said, I was like, so is it true? Because my niece is a lesbian. She drives a Subaru. I'm like, is it true? Do lesbians just come in and buy this shit in droves? She's like, hell no. Angry white dudes out there. Angry white dudes.
Really?
She's like, pay attention to the road. Angry white guys come.
Why? Why would an angry white guy want to be in a
have a fucking explanation? She's just like, angry fucking bitter white guys coming in by this shit. So I started checking, dude. There's a lot of fucking like old gray beards, white dudes, fucking wearing ball caps, driving around looking kind of pissy. She's not wrong. So
I don't. She would know better than myself.
People look see out for that shit, because I didn't even realize that. She didn't have an explanation for it. But she was just telling me the demo that was buying all the fucking Subarus.
I mean, I've seen a lot of like older white people driving. I always assumed that they were like liberals and progressives. I didn't realize that they were just fucking angry.
Alec Baldwin is a liberal progressive. He's the angriest white dude on the planet. What the fuck are you talking about? Look at you. You're ready to fucking explode, and you're super progressive. You can be angry and be liberal.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Good point.
Especially living in this fucking world.
Well, dude, if you're angry, if you're not angry, you're not paying attention.
I like it. You're absolutely right.
Or you're high as fuck, which, I would like to be.
That was.
But not today.
But not today.
Well, to your whole point about if you're not paying attention and the anger and stuff, I mean, things have just continually gotten worse, but it's at a level of cruelty that has just not been seen before. So I'm just going to reel off a couple of things. I'm going to start with USAID, one of my causes that I'm a huge fan of. They are not only laying off people left and right, but now they've started to destroy all kinds of documents. And not just we're going to shred a couple documents. If the shredder gets too hot, or the shredders get too hot, they're using burn bags. Seems like kind of a weird thing to be trying to get rid of all this information until you circle back. First of all, 83% of all the programs have already been canceled. These are Rubio numbers. That's not going to go away. That's not going to come back. Sure, we spent $18.2 million on Trump golfing in his weekend so far. Let me just put up Trump because he's a heck of a golfer. Maybe that's a better look. No, that's not a better look. Maybe this one's better. Ooh.
There's no good look for that.
All right,
guy.
let me get to this one.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, there he is.
Maybe we want to see his daughter sitting on his lap where he looks like he wants to bang her. That's about the best it's ever looked. So. Well,
so golfing is not cruel if the leader of the free world's doing it, I guess. I don't know how much longer that's going to be. But my point with USAID is that they fired all the inspector generals to begin with. And part of that, getting rid of all this information, is to avoid the Freedom of Information Act, which takes some time. Obviously, now you have to pay for that stuff. But if you get rid of all the documents, by the time it comes through with the Freedom of Information Act, maybe there is no documentation. There is a Federal Records Act that you have to hold these things for 3 years, but we've seen with this administration, it means nothing. And to get to my point, just to finish on that, it all comes back to Elon. The inspector generals who were fired were all investigating his terminals, his Starlink terminals that he was sending over to Ukraine. We did have a comment that somebody mentioned that they were never turned off in Ukraine, that Elon never did that.
He did.
But he did. There's documentation of it. I want to say it was in 2023. But again, we're just trying to be kind of mean about it. I'll move on to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. This one's strange, and it was a topic today, but they've canceled $1 billion, a billion with a B, of local food purchasing for schools that buy from local farmers. So I don't see where that's a bad thing. I think the local farmers appreciate it. I think the kids get an education and they're eating fresh foods, which, wow, all of us.
We can't have that. Those kids didn't earn that.
Well, here's the interesting twist. They kind of turned it around and said that these programs were put by Biden during the pandemic, and a lot of this stuff had to do with transsexuals and programs for.
They don't know the difference between, what is it, transsexual and trans, what was it with the mice, transgen?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a buzzword, right? They just throw
they
that
don't know
out
the
there.
difference, though. I mean, that idiot got up in front of a collection of idiots and said, well, we're the transsexual mice. We don't like the mice, right? Dude, that's not even what it was about. And these idiots, just like trained monkeys, just sat there and clapped. Like, you're all fucking idiots.
Yeah, I remember the word. It had nothing to do with being transgender, but he's not smart, dude. But here's the thing, Rob. You tell me all this shit, and I find out that the whole strategy of do nothing by the Democrats and just sit back and watch the Republicans blow up wasn't even designed by like Hakeem Jeffries or Chuck Schumer. It was literally designed by James Carville, pleading with those people to do nothing.
Yeah.
Do y'all think that's the right strategy, to just sit back and watch them blow shit up as they shred and fucking have burn bags and shit?
No, because here's the thing. Once it all blows up, there's nothing left.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do? By that time, everything has been destroyed.
I don't know if Carville's a crypt fucking. Well, he is a crypt keeper. Is he silver generation or fucking boomer? I don't know what the fuck he is.
I think he's a boomer.
Why the fuck are we listening to these fucking boomers once again telling us to sit back and not do shit? It seems counterproductive to not create some sort of good trouble. Again, we didn't ask them to swing at every fucking pitch, every step Trump. We didn't ask them to say anything about him fucking golfing even. But for fuck's sake, dude, you can say something about him burning and shredding shit or the cruelty of his administration, and they're going to just sit back and do that whole, do you miss this yet? It may fucking work. I mean, again, the whole generation.
It's not very proactive. To your point, it's not very proactive.
It's not going to fucking work with me because I'm pretty pissed, and I just have certain, I don't know, man, like fucking, I just have certain things I just need to hear out of the mouths of my politicians from here on out. If they want me to check that fucking box. If they're too fucking scared to fucking say it, then they shouldn't be in office. I'm just saying.
Exactly. Well, and here's the thing. All you have to do, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just take a page out of the Republican playbook when they are in the minority and just do exactly what they did.
Hey, dude, imagine if, do this one simple thing for fucking black people. If you're a fucking Democrat, every time these motherfuckers say CRT, DEI, or woke, you can literally just casually say, they're just trying to replace the N-word with that. The Republicans are just trying to replace the N-word with that. Then they'll fucking quit doing it. But you fucking don't. You let them. You literally start using the word wokeness yourself, I think, Elise Slotkin with whatever the fuck you're thinking about. I mean, dude, you literally are shitting on the people that can get you over the top in this party. And I'm talking about fucking black people. We're 13% of the population, and almost every goddamn one of us is a registered fucking Democrat. And you constantly say, we're too fucking liberal, we're too fucking woke, dude, I'm telling you, Democrats, you are motherfucking blowing it because you can't fucking win without us. And this whole you miss us yet. Black people have been struggling for 400 motherfucking years, have not had it the way fucking white people have had it. Maybe they just sit back and let you have it that way for a fucking while. And then maybe you miss us. Maybe do you miss us yet? Because I'm kind of fucking sick of that shit. I need them to start speaking up. And damn sure don't listen to James Carville. When the fuck is the last time James Carville ever won a motherfucking election?
94.
I mean, seriously, guys. He's too fucking old. He doesn't get us. He can't even fucking get on his own goddamn email. Not that anybody uses email anymore.
Well, at least he is going on Fox and talking directly to people instead of just bunkering down and hiding and joining that circular firing squad where, you've got House Democrats censuring Al Green. I mean, at least he's not I don't know. It's just it's maddening, and
It is.
they just can't stop shooting themselves in the foot.
And like you said, maybe get in line together, strength in numbers type of thing. Gene, to your point, the Civicus, which is a global alliance network that monitors civil society, civil liberties within societies. We've been added to the human rights watch list because of our threats to civil liberties in our country. The DEI crackdown was mentioned. Plus, they've cut 90% of all foreign aid contracts. We may not hear it in this country, and that's kind of why we're here now. But these are things globally that people are moving on from us pretty quickly. Canada already said that they would stop the stream of electricity, which Trump threatened them by taking over their country if that were to go on, which just sounds ludicrous. He wants to change
Who the fuck's he gonna get to
line.
fight? Uday and Kusei Trump? Who the fuck's gonna go up there and fucking shoot at white people, motherfucker?
The Bone Spur twins.
What Trump fucking fails to realize is it's very, 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 very difficult for fucking white people to shoot at other white people. Always has been since
We haven't done it since World War II.
Exactly. It always has fucking been. Who the fuck is he gonna get? Because Pete Hegseth and his white fucking warriors now run the whole fucking show. Who the fuck you gonna get up there? Or are you just gonna fucking nuke fucking Canada and make it fucking acceptable because you're a fucking dotard? This guy is a fucking idiot. He just has a stream of consciousness, and it's just dumb. And people have to double down on their cult. They gotta fucking defend their cult. They're fucking in this motherfucker, so they're gonna give him a chance for us. We're gonna be making T-shirts and shit over here in no time. T-shirts and chopsticks and you know all the shit that they make in China right now, because he's gonna tariff the fuck out of everybody, and we're gonna want fucking $4 an hour fucking jobs like they have in fucking China.
That's what he keeps saying. These are going to be great paying jobs that he's bringing to the economy, and we're going to bring manufacturing back. I mean, it's like he's living in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, and who's going to buy this shit? Because nobody's got any money. You can make you can gear up and make all you want to produce things here in America, but nobody's got any money to buy it. Consumer confidence is fucking way down.
You're crushing my 401k as we speak today.
Yeah.
Think I'm gonna go out and fucking buy something, you dumb orange prick?
Well, but the millionaires, and I won't even mention the billionaires, but the one that's running the Treasury Department says things were a little bloated in the market. Okay, you guys had it a little bit too good.
You had a little bit too good, yeah.
Time for an adjustment.
That's not what they said before the fucking election, motherfucker. I heard eggs, lower house prices, housing for everybody, get MFS 13 or 17 or 22 off the fucking streets. I heard a whole bunch of shit, but abuelos and abuelas are getting fucking deported. Fucking wives of fucking citizens over here. Citizens are getting detained. People with green cards that go to Colombia that have the right to be here are getting detained. Cruelty is the fucking point. There are fucking safeguards, and this is why Democrats need to speak the fuck up. That whole, I'm sure you guys heard about that whole kid getting kidnapped by the police from Colombia, who has every right to fucking be here. I'm sure you're going to talk about that today, right, Rob?
Well, you're going to have to fill us in. You've started it.
Well, I'm just saying, they're doing this shit, and Democrats aren't doing anything. As a matter of fact, a Democratic fucking mayor sicked the police on all those protesters at Columbia. Dude, it's fucking chaos right now. It's just, we have the worst of the worst Democrats or Republicans running this shit. They all need to be voted out. There's 2 generations behind us that can vote now, which means they're fucking eligible to run for a lot of offices. And I'm telling you, we need to fucking go 5 deep in every fucking primary, 10 deep if you can. Who gives a fuck? Everybody be against the person that's fucking the incumbent, and we'll figure this shit out. We'll sort this shit out quicker than you think. But if we have these incumbents for another fucking 5, 10 fucking years, dude, we're busted. We're broke. Nobody's going to have health care.
Dude, there'll be nothing left of this country.
I mean, we've done this shit before when nobody had anything. They're throwing their fucking shit and their slop out on the street, and we didn't have. I mean, we've done this shit before, guys. We've been a third world country before. I don't think fucking people realize that. We're headed straight that way because of some goofy South African that got his ass beat so bad he has a fucking traumatic brain injury from fucking 1987. I'm not even fucking joking.
His daddy didn't love him.
Got his ass whooped. He needed extensive plastic surgery. And who knows if this guy came out being a fucking psychopath after his, you've had traumatic brain injuries before, Bill. You're fucking accustomed to it. I mean, you're a king of. I mean, you know what I'm saying. This shit could have changed his personality, and he is a fucking nutter right now. He knows he's losing his empire, but he's so close to power. He's absolutely sucked in by this fucking shit.
He just sold Trump a car, for fuck's sake, on the White House grounds.
Yeah,
that's one.
Yeah. I doubt that money came out of any kind of account associated with Trump.
Motherfuckers don't even have to charge it on the. They're gonna have to charge it with a fucking 120 fucking line. They don't even have a fast charger there because Trump fucking hates you. Good luck with that.
He probably had JD. Hey JD, I'll pay you back. You pay for
I
this,
don't
I'll
know,
pay you
man.
back.
They're torching cyber trucks. They're stealing tires off of cyber trucks. And I'm not saying Democrats have to talk about any of this stuff, but what they do have to talk about is when they kidnap student negotiator protesters from fucking Colombia who have the right to fucking live here and not be locked up. We got to say something about that, Elise Slockin. You can't say, just close your eyes and imagine he was a white guy, fucking Elise. Jesus fucking Christ, man. You guys are fucking blowing it. That moderate white bullshit, it's not going to fly now. We are in the information age. Everybody knows what the fuck you're doing, and this whole "do you miss me yet" shit. Man, I'm fucking ranting today as a sober man. Holy fuck.
I like it.
Anyway, I digress.
You got every right to. You have every right to say that. I mean, it's just. Go ahead, Billy.
It's just ironic because, so much of this is geared towards anti-Semitism. We're cracking down on anti-Semitism. You fucking people hate Jews. You don't want them in your country club. You don't want them dating your daughters. You fucking can't stand them. You love that AIPAC money.
Yeah.
And the evangelicals want Israel to be in Israeli hands. So, for when the rapture comes,
of course.
And then after that, the Jews are free to burn. So it's just ironic. And you fucking can't crack down on free speech. This country was built on free speech. This country was built on protest. Taxation without representation, the Boston Tea Party. Look at your history. That's what all this was. And you know what? Some of those guys were hung. Some of those things for some of those original signers did not end up well. Some of them fucking died broke. Some of them lost their homes, their family, but they stuck it out. And now you've got a fucking South African psychopath, an orange piece of shit, and a bunch of willing sycophants and assholes just following up and going along. And I'm including the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
And this is what you get. This is what you get. There's nothing more American than protest. I mean, look at this fucking guy.
Very punchable,
Yeah, right.
Elon.
Again, you're going to call Mark Kelly a traitor?
Yeah, right.
A fucking veteran who was over in Ukraine?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, because Mark Kelly went and visited Ukraine, he went and called him a traitor for that?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I heard he called someone from Poland some little man or some shit. After he said Starlink, he basically boasted that Starlink is the only reason the war is going the way it's going for Ukraine, and shut up little man to somebody. I don't know who the fuck he said that shit to, but dude, as much as Elon's gotten his ass kicked, as far as I know, he's never won a fucking fight. Maybe once or twice against his fucking brother. But other than that, I mean, people little man and acting like a fucking tough guy because you have fucking money is the most beta bullshit. And I just don't understand some of these fucking people thinking that shit's fucking tough. Tough is fucking Mel Gibson getting his guns back. That's fucking tough.
Oh, jeez.
That shit, right?
Yes.
I know you guys heard about that shit.
He's a danger.
Cruelty is the point. He's a wife beater. He's a wife beater. That's why he lost his fucking guns.
That's right. And a raging alcoholic. That was a big part of it. He was a drunken mess. Now put a gun in the drunken mess's hand. Who's angry?
Yeah. Well, as many times as I've been in the fucking gun store, I've never seen anything that said, if I smell alcohol on your breath, I'm not going to sell you a gun. The only thing I've ever seen in my entire life, if I smell marijuana on you, I'm not selling you a gun. Swear to God, that's in go into a gun store sometime. You can fucking go in there smelling like fucking Jack fucking Daniels. They'll sell you a fucking gun. Go in there smelling like a spliff, no fucking chance.
I had no idea.
Well, because everybody likes to get high and go shooting people.
It's the weirdness of it all, dude. It's just
so weird. Yeah. I mean, we're living in the bizarro world.
And to continue on the weirdness path, I'm going to put this guy up.
Oh, fuck. He's looking redder than usual.
Well, he's trying to help the people of Texas. So far, we're matching numbers from all of last year with measles. But his thing is that he's helping with holistic remedies, which seem to be kind of false. And then he's talking about the reason for measles is poor diet and health. If you ate better, maybe you wouldn't get the measles. It seems so far-fetched, but
Dude,
Did
he's your
anybody
guy.
ask him to depend on what color you are? Because I hear he thinks that blacks have a different immunity system than fucking whites and don't need certain inoculations the way whites do. And another fucking nutter. And why is he so fucking red? Where the fuck does this guy? He fucking work out on Venice Beach every fucking day?
is it all the testosterone he's pumping in and the growth hormone?
And whatever that green stuff he put in his drink.
That was blue. What was it? Methylene blue or something? I don't know. It can also,
Isn't it
can also
weird
be
how-
used to clean your fish tank.
It's almost weird how every one of the main cabinet members that are pretty famous or famous before they met Trump, including Trump, are all rumored to be on some sort of fucking alleged fucking drug. Like, I mean, this dude's obviously allegedly doing testosterone. He already admitted to doing fucking
Allegedly.
heroin. Everyone thinks Trump fucking snorts the fucking Adderall. Everyone's convinced fucking Elon Musk is on ketamine. Hegseth, drinker. Who else is there? Who else is a fucking Christy Nome, puppy killer. Then she goes and snorts their intestines, I hear. No, that's not true.
Allegedly.
Anyway, they all have some weird, like, fucking background, dude. The big names. Any other big names in this cabinet? Linda McMahon. I mean, the whole WWE thing. Jesus Christ. Where do we start? So from sexual assault to steroids to drugs to whatever. They all got some weird shit going on. It's really strange that he hired the worst of the worst, and everyone's like shocked and surprised we're here.
Yeah, almost seemed like it was a planned thing to kind of doom us to failure, which seems to be happening.
Well, you know, hey, even Elon's AI creation, Gronk,
hates him.
85% chance that Trump is a Russian asset.
100%.
I mean, fucking dude, you've managed to fucking tear down a country in 30 days. I'm guessing
impressive.
where there's smoke, there's fire.
And there's a lot that that's just coming to the surface. I mean, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, again, already cut 10%. Now we're going to cut another 10%. We're shrinking everything 20%. So it's hard enough to deal with climate change, but now we're going to do that blindly. The CDC comes back. They fired 180 people that they now need back. So again, we fire and then we try and bring them back. Sometimes they didn't even have their email because they were locked out of the government system, so they can't find them. I mean, this is not efficient and it's not helpful.
But it is insane.
I just wanted to say, excuse me, to the cruelty part. CBS poll, take it for what you want, but 60% of Americans who make under $50,000 a year are pissed about this situation, and they say their situation's really bad. Now, with the tariffs, you can add another 10 to 15% to their household costs, which is going to make that money even less. I think all of us know some young people that have come out of college that are fortunate to get a job that, let's see, it would probably be 23 an hour, I think, in order to get close to that 50,000 plateau. Maybe you have benefits, maybe you don't. How are we building the foundation for this next generation to find success? I mean, we already have the boomers that say, hey, I've given you enough. I paid for your college. Now I'm going to rape and pillage the lands, and you figure this out on $9 an hour. And then I got to listen to the orange guy say, hey, so much manufacturing is going to be coming back, T-shirts and tennis shoes. And they're not paying people to do that, first of all. Second of all, why wouldn't that be automated if you're going to do that at all? I mean, the bottom line is the people that make the money, the heads of these corporations, aren't looking to pay a bunch of workers. Okay.
No, they're not. Well, and who was it? One of his cabinet members, the asshole with the beard, I forget, was on Fox, of course, talking about that. And he said, oh, you know, when these new factories open up and the manufacturing begins again, you won't even need to go to college. Anybody can work these jobs.
You were talking about that douchebag from Cantor Fitzgerald that fucked over his own fucking living employees after he took all that fucking 9/11 money. I can't remember, Lupnick or some shit.
Yes,
He's
yes, that's
fucking,
the ass.
he's a fucking idiot, dude. I
He
can't
is
believe
an
that
idiot,
guy.
and
He's a fucking idiot.
and the moderator was like, "Those jobs are going to be robotic jobs. They're not going to pay people to do those. It's all going to be robotics."
It's
So we're
not
fucking
cost effective.
newsreader, for fuck's sake. You think newsreaders aren't going to fucking be robots on fucking day? These motherfuckers better all playing this fucking game with these idiots. I swear to God. I'm sorry, Rob. What were you saying?
No, you're fine. I just, coming back again to the cruelty thing and not giving the next generation a chance. Not only are we crushing and killing the planet and a lot of species along the way, but we still have this entitlement of the older generations that, again, I keep coming back to the boomers. They feel like they've done enough. And I feel
they've done
at some
enough, all
point,
right.
you get to a point where you give back. You only have so much time. You have stacks of cash. Maybe give to a cause that you believe in. Maybe it's the environment. Maybe it's animal welfare. Like maybe it's the elderly. I don't care.
Their
but,
favorite causes themselves.
Yeah, but give back, and it does. It just
They ain't giving
becomes
shit
a
back.
cycle.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, Biden was taking steps to forgive student loan debt, because you've got people, and this affects the millennials. You've got people that can't start their life because they're crippled with this debt.
Yeah,
Can't buy a house, can't have kids. I mean,
Hey, now stop right there, Bill. Stop right there. Now, people, Trump fucking saying all these motherfuckers are getting these student loan debt relief off the back of your asses. If Joe Biden was fucking president today, your life would be the same as it was. It wouldn't be. You wouldn't be going under $50,000 freaking the fuck out right now. It wouldn't have affected you at all. That's the shit you got to fucking understand. These motherfuckers are lying to you when they say somehow they don't deserve this because you're not getting it. Motherfucker, you're getting a fucking stable economy and you get a whole bunch of other fucking shit that's going to keep you, going paycheck to fucking paycheck and not have to fucking waste another $3,000 this year because Trump's president. That even though those guys would have gotten student debt relief, you fucking wouldn't be $3,000 more in fucking debt this year because Trump's not fucking president. Who the fuck gets elected fucking matters, motherfuckers. Quit worrying about what someone's getting all the goddamn time. I realize I'm going to die and not get my reparations for being an American descendant of fucking slavery. Relax, motherfuckers. We're all not going to get what we all want. But we've all been paying into the system, and now they're just trying to cut as much shit as they can so they can give a giant fucking tax break to fucking the wealthiest motherfuckers on the planet, and so you won't notice too much. But they fucking fucked up and fired so many people and affected so many fucking jobs, and immigrants are fucking fleeing, undocumented anyway. Ask Nebraska cattle fucking farmers. It matters who the fuck gets elected. You don't have to fucking love someone to elect them. And if you're a fucking one-issue voter, you're a short yellow bus motherfucker who shouldn't even be allowed to vote, because that's the dumbest shit ever. Why I vote for abortion. Shut the fuck up if you vote for a fucking abortion. There's a lot of shit going on in the world besides a few abortions or transgender fucking athletes or whatever the fucking shit is.
Seriously.
God damn, I feel pretty fucking sober today. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just fucking saying it matters who the fuck gets elected. And now I'm going to shut the fuck up for 5 minutes.
Listen, you're absolutely right. And the part that really bothers me is this whole administration under this guy just keeps coming back. The markets are tanking, and he says it, and his handlers, it's part of the Biden economy. I mean, how long are we going to hang on to that for? Oh, if it's not Biden, then it's LGBTQ or fill in the blank, minorities, or it's always somebody else's problem. And then KKK Caroline just reprimands anybody that asks questions. And she says, oh, our dear leader, he's the commander in chief, and he's run these businesses so well
into the ground.
He's a self-made billionaire. We all know that he wasn't. We know he's
how the fuck do you have a casino go bankrupt? How do you do that? That takes a special kind of talent to fucking run a casino into the ground.
Well, and let's not forget, he had all these fucking properties that he sold to oligarchs at inflated prices just to pump him up. I mean, this guy did nothing right on his own. And here he is.
He was handed millions of dollars.
They want to put him on the $100 bill. They're going to put Trump on the 100. Give me a fucking break. I mean, we're just ignorant and hateful is the bottom line, because frankly, we should know better. And it's not about the one guy, and it's not about Biden. I did see photos, and we've talked about this before, when he ran the first time, the job aged the shit out of him. I think we saw when Obama went in, and 8 years later, how the fuck he looked. If you care, it wears the shit out of you. Even Bush looked like garbage.
Yeah, but when you don't care, when you actually thrive on dickery and cruelty and bullshit
and
golf, you just doesn't affect you one bit.
For sure. But why are people following that? It's basically because they want to be picking the pocket of the guy next to him who's probably a minority, because that's how.
Well, they just want the people that they don't like to suffer even more than they are.
Well,
that's
we're
what
all
it comes down to.
suffering
It just
right
comes down to fucking anger and hate and just being a dick. It's unprecedented dickery.
Well, we're on the cruelty front now. I don't know how long this is going to last and how much people can take it. I do see, we talked about it this Friday. The veterans are coming out to every capital in the country. To friends and family, supporters of the military veterans will be coming to each state capital. I think this weekend, the veterans are coming to DC to really put their stamp on this. They're getting screwed. They gave many of them gave their lives to the cause of our democracy, and we're not respecting them. Not only are we firing them, but we're taking away benefits left and right.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of a reason why that should go to tax cuts for the 1/10 of 1%. I mean, we're not going to see it. And again, they came out with the numbers. If you're making over 350, you're okay. If you're making under 350, you're kind of fucked. And if you're making 50,000 or 100,000, your taxes are going up. It's not made up stuff. They're telling you, and you're accepting it. Why? I don't know.
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. It's a cult.
It's a cult. I think if you can't see that, then you're obviously in it. But
yeah. And a lot of Americans don't read. They don't have critical thinking skills. They don't have access to actual information. They sit there in their little Fox News bubble and listen to this bullshit all day. I mean, a guy did a documentary on how his liberal progressive father got fucking infected by Fox News and became a raging hater. I mean, dude, that is how propaganda works.
Yeah. And they've been very successful at that. That much is true. Canada is now selling some of their US bonds. It's really going to start to hit our reserve. And if we don't control, if the dollar doesn't control money around the world, you are a third world country, at least from our perspective.
Yeah. So, and again, like, dude, I say this every time, but why would you fuck with Canada? Why? You have a good north. These are people that have had our back, people that have stood with us. I mean, why would you fucking do that?
Well, and to Gene's point, we talked about on the last podcast about different types of timber. I saw a map today where, yes, the national parks, which we already discussed, the budget for them is $3.5 billion. It does bring in $55 billion in revenue. We like that. But nobody's going to these national parks if you strip them down to nothing, if we don't have trees. And if you look across our country, obviously it takes longer for trees to grow as you go north, as we get into Canada. But most of that's untouched. The longer it takes to grow, the harder the wood is. We have all kinds of shitty wood here. If you want a pine table to sit at, good luck with that. We can do that, but we will be using all our reserves, and then we'll replant, but then you're waiting 10 more years to get these trees back just so you can cut them down again. Now, I'm no business major. Apparently Trump isn't either, because that's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. Canada has a great deal with us to bring down very good wood. And I won't even get onto the wood part, Gene, about the hardwood.
Hardwood, very uncut.
But
you got the
we're
best
doing it
shit.
to ourselves.
When you got the best shit, you got the best shit. It is. I mean, and they're not going to become the 51st state. So
fuck no, they don't want that. Now, again, Trump did threaten them, but now Trump's starting to lighten up on Canada, so they will not be cutting electric now or the energy that flows into the northern part of our country, because they're taking a wait and see. But they hold the cards. So when you watch Fox News tonight, listeners, if that's your thing, you're going to get a totally different spin on this. But Canada's really showing us how it's supposed to be done. First of all, they're telling you they don't want this. They don't want a recession in the US, period. They don't want to take the steps that they have to take. But if you're going to keep raising the tariffs on aluminum on these guys, yeah, why wouldn't they fight back?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not a bunch of, they've got long guns too, and lots of them.
It
So.
sounds like Trump saved the fucking Liberal Party in Canada too. They were on the fucking outs, and
that's
and there you go, America. When shit hits the fan, who the fuck do you go to? You go to fucking liberals immediately, because conservatives don't have any other ideas other than slash and burn and give money to fucking rich people. That's all the fuck they do. Doesn't matter what country it is, they slash, burn, give it to rich people. So when the shit really hits the fan, when they're trying to get rid of the fucking National Health Service in England or some shit, all of a sudden liberals become fucking real popular. Labor becomes real popular in England when they start pulling that shit. So I sort of see the fucking strategy that the Democrats are using with the Crypt Keeper, goddamn fucking Carville.
You still got to get out there. I mean,
but you still got to do something.
Bernie Sanders is packing. I don't even know. I don't want to say gymnasiums. I'm not exactly sure where he is, but people are coming out in droves. All through the
people every time he fucking goes somewhere. And then there was a congresswoman that had to give a couple extra town halls herself. She was only scheduled for one, and she ended up giving two, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, because she had like fucking standing room only standing outside waiting for her. So she stuck around. People, again, you come running to fucking liberals with their progressive fucking ideas when the shit hits the fan. If you would just give real progressives 10, 15, 20 years like you did in the FDR fucking years,
we'd have flying cars.
We would fucking straighten some shit out. But with the disinformation age, you're getting a lot of erroneous fucking information, and you're eating that shit up because you're not as educated as fucking we were. And it's just a fact.
Well, you're right.
Yeah.
And go ahead, Billy.
We've been brainwashed since the end of World War II, since the start of the Cold War, confusing socialism with communism. And it's
correct.
The whole Cold War was it wasn't about protecting human rights. It was all about protecting capitalism.
Correct.
That's what it was. I mean, look what we did in Iran, right? Look what we did in Chile in the 70s. Anytime a socialist government has come into power, we've fucking, under Henry Kissinger and all of the fucking U.S. administrations, we've managed to go in there and dismantle it and replace it with something worse.
100%.
You know, and we've got a whole history. I mean, why do you think we have so many immigrants from Central and South America? Because of the policies that we've put into place in the past that have made life unbearable and miserable for people. So, you know, dude, as Malcolm X once said, those chickens come home to roost. But we are just, and we've been conditioned into thinking that we don't deserve free healthcare. We've been conditioned into thinking that we don't deserve basic human rights, that we have to pay for everything, that there's a price for everything. And
those toll roads are amazing.
Yeah. I mean, we've been conditioned though. I mean, it's fucking collective Stockholm syndrome, where we've been told, hey, you don't deserve that. You have to work for that. If you don't, you have to have a job to have your health care.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. And it's about time. And I'm really disappointed in Gen Z that so many of these young people, the young men especially, are falling for this bullshit, and falling in line with listening to assholes like Joe Rogan and fucking Dana White. And, it's ridiculous. You're fucking slashing your own throat.
Pretty much. And we, and the education may not be there, as Gene stated, and I do believe that's a fact based on our upbringing, but you can still fact check. You can still check your sources. You can still have a conversation. One of the best things I think that that Bernie Sanders was doing was actually taking questions. And his question was, what worries you? What's your concern? And they just kept going and going, whether it's food scarcity.
Great question, man. That's a great fucking question. And you'll never hear a Republican ask that question in a million.
Of course not.
No.
Because they're worried that their Democratic plants are coming in there. People are getting paid to protest.
Paid operatives.
Ridiculous.
And enough of these fucking mainstream Democrats, these neo fucking liberals, whatever the fuck you want to call these new Democrats that are veering to the Liz Cheney fucking wing of the fucking party. You need to ask that question. That's the only question you need to ask anybody. But you don't want to fucking hear the answer. You don't want to hear universal health care because you have fucking oligarchs too, and that all has to fucking change. It's as simple as that. If we want the fucking world we want for our kids and grandkids, we're going to have to change it by making these motherfuckers give us what they want, because they don't fucking want to give it to us because they're fucking addicted to the money too. And it's a fucking game. And I tried to believe that they were on our fucking side, but all these fucking years later, not having health care, not having nationwide abortion rights, losing those rights, not having legalized marijuana, not even decriminalized marijuana across the fucking country. It's fucking bullshit.
Listen, and not to cut you off, but they take it back to the states, right? So today they're talking about gay marriage or interracial marriage. And the governor in Indiana is all about, we'll take it back to the states. Why should it be, one rule for a country? But when you're talking about something so specific that people should have a right to in our country, it's not state by state. I don't fall into that trap. They're like, same with Roe v. Wade. No, it's a federal issue for every person of this country, no matter what state you're in. It just doesn't make sense. It's super convenient for them when they want it to be states' rights. Well, I live in a state that has a super GOP majority, and it has for 25 years, and the state's kind of fucked up. And the only time that we come out and defeat the nonsense is when it's a ballot initiative.
And even then they try to change it.
Correct. And then the people get to come out, we state our point, and then they work a way to try and not enforce what was voted for.
Let's be real. If you want a fucking battle of the network fucking states, red states, you're going to fucking lose. You don't pay enough in, motherfuckers. Your welfare states.
Yeah.
That's a fucking fact too. So you're wrecking our shit, and you don't even pay enough fucking money. It's kind of fucked up if you think,
And you're still complaining
about it.
And pointing at the brown guy, because that's really your best defense.
Yeah.
This just came out. I'm going to pop it up real quick. But as of today, all employees at the Department of Education have received an email telling them to vacate the building by 6 p.m. tonight.
Oh, jeez.
That is so fucked up.
Onward and upward? I don't think so. But it's a mess. They apparently think they can do better. And again, it's always about this waste and abuse. I mean, it's just like MAGA. They come up with a little something we can remember where KK Caroline can just say, waste, fraud, and whatever her fucking buzz is.
Yeah, but I mean,
It's
we
ridiculous.
all know it comes down to, having an educated populace, people that can think for themselves, have critical thinking skills, is not healthy when you want to install fascism and be a dictator. So you cut it off at the knees.
Very good point.
Which is exactly
I
what
do
they're
on
doing.
the cruelty thing want to pop this up. We talked earlier about the USAID where they're shredding and using burn bags. This is another example. They started yesterday, brick by brick. They're going to remove the Black Lives Matter. It's almost like erasing history. Then you can turn around and say, maybe this never happened. To me, again, it's very offensive.
It is offensive. It's fucking bullshit. And, they've already started with the military, too. They're erasing records and photos of women in the military. And
26,000 images of women, blacks. Yeah. Anything that isn't Whitey McWhite is going to be taken out. And you don't learn unless you know your history. And we obviously aren't going to be proud of all of our history, but that's how you get better, do better, and in the end, be best, Gene.
Yeah. And then when you erase it, you can come back and say bullshit like, well, we never had slavery. That never really happened. There's no record of that. And, you can say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
It's quite insane.
But Democrats, go ahead, say nothing like Carville said. Say nothing about the Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
No.
You can't bring up John Lewis. Let's just let them in fucking play.
Oh, my God.
You can bring up your own shit, dude. Everything doesn't have... Again, we're not asking you to fucking talk about every fucking Trump golf trip and shit. We know he's going to get away with that shit. But my God, you can't say something about anything. It's just...
pick a few key things.
They're not going to do it, dude. They're going to go, did you miss this yet? Meanwhile, Bernie Sanders is going to get the whole fucking populace riled up, but we're going to have no one to fucking vote for because these motherfuckers sitting by, waiting for us to, I guess, hit rock bottom, which they don't even know what rock bottom is because I didn't even know what the fuck it was because I thought it was when he got elected 4 fucking years ago. So, or I mean, 8 years ago. So
Yes.
they seem to not have learned a lesson.
Well,
and
and we lose.
It'll always
Go
be
ahead.
on.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying it will always be on us. That's all I have to say. Go ahead.
And we lose really good politicians to like air disasters and such. Accidents happen. I mean, we had a lot of good people in government, and as they were, by the people for the people, they started having tragic accidents.
Paul Wellstone, that's my number one example.
Wellstone, yeah.
That guy was
John
the
Hines.
president easily. Hines. That guy had
Carnahan.
Carnahan went down in a plane crash.
Yeah, and some asshole right-wing blogger in Missouri named his blog after the tail number on his plane that crashed.
That was offensive.
Dude, these people are they get off on the cruelty. They want to be dicks. They're just fucking trolls.
Because they're fucking talentless. So let's do something shock jockey, which was, by the way, was played out in the fucking 90s. Not even fucking Howard Stern does that shit anymore.
Yeah.
But, it was, maybe he should have never invented it because it's bad form. These fucking idiots know that you can get away with a lot, especially if you're a white dude. And
speaking of getting away with a lot, Gene, maybe you remember this gentleman here. Let me pull him up real quick. His name is, whoops, he's gone. Tony Hinchcliffe.
Oh, this fucking guy.
Great stand-up material. Puerto Rico's, floating barge of garbage. Sure, he likes to party down there, but people are worthless. This guy all of a sudden fell back into a 4 comedy specials on Netflix. They just paid him. So it's like, wow, I can be as offensive as I want to, and I'm going to get rewarded with a giant contract. I mean, that seems, here he is just showing his lighter side.
Jesus. Yeah.
It's the fucking shit.
What the fuck?
Is he Canadian or some shit, or is he American?
He's got to be American. Canadians don't
sure.
fucking stoop that low.
Okay. Well, for some reason in my head, I was thinking he was Canadian. Dude, this is the Trump effect. This is all a Trump effect. This dude clearly wouldn't get fucking for anything without fucking everyone.
It's not even funny.
Oh, I know.
That shit wasn't even funny.
Dude, well, his whole thing from the get-go is just getting up and being an asshole. He would get up on stage and just, troll people. Like, okay, yeah, maybe that's funny when you're in, middle school, maybe even high school. But,
maybe.
I mean, as long as he has a fucking audience for it, as long as someone watches, they're going to fucking give him money for it. Somebody's going to watch that shit.
You defund education and you dumb everybody down, and they think that shit's funny.
I don't think Louis C.K.'s fucking funny at all. But people fucking love his ass. Love who you fucking want to love. I don't give a shit, dude. It's we do have a First Amendment. Let's realize that we have a First Amendment.
Yeah, and let's protect it.
You have the right to
because it's being put to the test.
So if that keeps our First Amendment going, because this doucher gets a few specials, whatever keeps us going, man. Because who knows when Trump pulls the plug on that shit, and then takes your Second Amendment too. And then you're
But if you find it offensive, then you cancel your Netflix,
which I'm going to do.
So absolutely supporting this.
I canceled Amazon. I'm going to cancel Netflix.
Yeah.
Fuck it, man.
We've been saying if you're offended by something, turn it off. We've been saying that for years and years. We didn't say you need to federally prosecute it or what. Just turn it off. Get rid of it if you don't like it. That is your fucking choice. But they're really trying to throw shit down.
And they want to call it cancel culture, but it's just it's capitalism. If I don't like what you're selling,
I don't buy it,
and I'm free to not buy it. If your movie sucks, I'm going to get up and walk out.
Yeah, dude. What's next? I mean, you're going to bring on. Who could you bring on more offensive than that doucher? I mean,
I got to bring this guy up again.
This guy who's he look at his mouth, man. He's all set for some Canadian uncut hardwood. Fucking asshole.
Weird dude, man. Bunch of fucking weirdos. I don't know.
Bunch of fucking weirdos.
I don't know.
Dude,
it's so weird that he sat in there with the FIFA guy and said how that he was going to lose the election, so they rigged it and he won.
Yeah. So then now I get to be president for the World Cup and the Olympics. I mean, this guy's a master of saying the quiet part out loud.
I know. But then his handlers turn around and say, oh, well, what he meant to say was the Democrats rigged it and he still won because he was so popular.
His oligarchs may be like $209 billion poorer after he's been elected because people are fucking be canceling them. But he himself and his family themselves are
A lot of
enriching
money.
themselves every single day. He's not getting any poorer. He doesn't play the stock market. He plays a different fucking game. He plays that fucking mafia game of fucking bribery and shit.
Oh
So,
yeah, those $5 million
he's getting
private
richer.
meetings.
He didn't give a fuck about Musk. He didn't give a fuck about Bezos. He never liked those motherfuckers anyway.
Well, here's the thing, dude. If you're as wealthy as Musk or Bezos, that's called fuck you money.
Yeah.
That means you don't have to bow down to anybody. I have enough money. You can cut me off right now. I can pull the plug on Amazon. I can walk away. I'm still a fucking multi-billionaire. I can do whatever the fuck I want. And if I want to tell Trump to fuck off, I will. Instead, these guys chose to bend the knee and kiss the ring. And that I don't understand. What's the point of having fuck you money if you can't tell a fucking wannabe dictator, limp dick tyrant to fuck off?
Well, they have the disease and they want to get to be a trillionaire. So
dude,
you have to bow down.
Watch an episode of Hoarders and you'll see the shit that these people have in their houses. And it's sad because it is a disease. They've got fucking old newspapers. They literally can't navigate through their house. Jars of piss, boxes full of fingernail clippings. And then you'll see.
For you, Rose, I got a hoarder for you. I watched a little clip the other day. A blind hoarder 40, lived with her son. Her son disappeared one day.
Oh, no.
Could never find him. Lived with his corpse for 20 years, buried under a bunch of shit. She had no idea until people came in and started cleaning up the hoard. She just thought he fucking took off one day.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So yeah, that's hoarding for you. That's the joy of fucking hoarding. But the whole thing about them with the fuck you money, to get the power to basically do whatever the fuck you want, to get all those government contracts so you didn't have to pay for your own rockets, all this bullshit. They had to give Trump fuck you money too, which he's never had. The dude's never had fuck you money. He's always acted like he's had fuck you money, but it's all been a fucking con. Now he's actually getting fuck you money, and that's the whole point, to enrich himself. This fucking guy is literally a mafioso enriching his fucking family.
He's like Putin. It's the same thing.
Oh, super rich. Richest guy in the world is fucking Putin.
Yeah,
and his short little bus fucking constituents don't even fucking know it. As they're eating large freaking shitty vodka.
First thing Putin did when he took over was he invited all of the oligarchs to a meeting, and he made sure that he held it in Stalin's old place. So the symbolism was quite well noted by all in attendance. And he said, "Hey, half, whatever you guys have, I want half."
Jacked him because he gave it to him to begin with. I mean,
because when they cut up the Soviet Union and they, sold out all of the things that had
Saudi Arabia did something similar. That fucking dude brought in all the fucking princes and fucking put them all in jail, and then jacked them for fucking half their fucking money, and then let them out of jail. Trump's got fucking blueprints, man.
Oh yeah, you can see the blueprint. You can see exactly. If you want to look into the future, take a look at Russia and see where we're heading, and we're getting there really quick. We're on the express train.
I'm just going to pop this up real quick because now it's in Oklahoma has their first 2 measles cases.
Of course it is.
We're getting the whole southern corridor between Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, and we're just going to keep working our way around. We already know it's in New York. It's festering, and it's only a matter of time. So if you're our generation, Gen X, maybe look into that booster.
Get that booster.
Why not? And if you have small children, maybe revisit what vaccinations actually do. I think it's kind of important.
Yeah, because measles, it can kill.
Absolutely, and it can fuck you up long term. I mean, that's the bottom line here, and we don't need that. We don't need that through travel, and we're getting it through travel. I saw a tweet yesterday out of Washington that there was a case reported at Washington Dulles Airport. So they got to the point where it was like, hey, if you traveled through terminal such and such between 4 p.m. and 7:30 p.m., because they know who the person was and when he was there, maybe get checked. It's random, and it's, you should be protected. Why wouldn't you want to be?
Did they let him on the plane?
I think it was after the fact. He maybe have landed there and was at the terminal, or they took him off his connection, but they didn't name names. They just were allowing people to know if you were here at that point, you got a problem. Because when I saw Dulles, I was like, fuck, how many people are flying through that daily? But they did narrow down the hours just so you could find out if it was you. So
That is scary.
it's a little bit terrifying, frankly. I don't know what we're going to do about it. We have all these people, the Peter Navarros and the Commerce Secretary, bearded clapping guy, Leftwich, whatever the fuck his name is. They're just gaslighting all day. So if you're sitting at home and you're watching this, and this is your source of news, you're probably a little bit out of kilt, because none of this is fucking right. And again, fact check your sources and talk to some people, because just even recently, last couple of days, people are feeling it. And not everybody's in the stock market. It's a small percentage, but it's a symbol of where your wealth is going, that you save, and all of a sudden you don't have those protections. The FDIC, take that kind of stuff away. I mean, they're taking away any guardrails. And the biggest one, obviously, is Social Security, which you've paid into, but they're starting to make you believe that it's an entitlement program.
It is not an entitlement. That is your money. That is our money that we paid into. And it's offensive when someone like Musk keeps, calling it that. It's fucking really offensive. And it's really offensive too when they start to tell us, well, you've had it too good for too long.
I know.
So now, you're gonna have to suffer. Well, fuck, motherfucker. You're not suffering. You're not hurting. You're fucking profiting. You're buying on the dips.
Yeah.
So
that was asked today at the White House press conference, if people were buying on the dips, essentially. I think it was Fox News even that asked that. And she said, of course not. Or no, she did not say, of course not. She said she didn't think so, which is a little bit different. But when you have a great leader and a businessman like we have, and then the gaslighting starts, and then you don't get an answer, you just get a bunch of fluff that makes you want to vomit. So they're making it hard for us. There are sources out there. We keep coming back to the Tom Hartmans, Mother Jones, The Nation. It's out there. I'm looking at, The Guardian and The Independent. I'm going to UK papers just because I would like to not be lied to for a change and told how great I am when you're robbing me.
Yeah. There's an old joke that I heard about two Jewish guys when the Hitler era really got rolling. It was before the war started, before they started actually sending German Jews away. But the Nazi Party had a very popular newspaper, and it would print things like, the Jews control this, and the Jews run that, and the Jews have all the money. And two Jewish guys were sitting on the train coming home from work, and the one guy's like, "Why are you reading that fucking horrible paper?" He's like, "I have no money, I have no job, so this makes me feel good. I can read it and realize that we own everything." And it's the same thing, man. It's just fucking gaslighting.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean,
wait.
Go ahead.
What?
I was just gonna say, it's a fucking happy ending is going to be tough to come by today.
Well, I'm coming up to that. I just wanted to throw in that Trump's holding court with his new Tesla that he didn't pay for, and he's not allowed to drive because he hasn't driven in a long time. And I don't even know if that right foot works. But he was talking about
looks kind of shaky.
Talking about that artificial line that was done by a ruler separating Canada and the U.S. And he just said, such a beautiful formation of Canada and the U.S. There's no place anywhere in the world that looks like that. And then if you add Greenland, whoa, that's pretty good.
Well, Greenland voted today, and I don't know if the election is final, but they are not in favor of becoming a U.S. state, and they are not in favor, at least so far, of separating from Denmark. So
why would you?
Suck it, Don.
It's just unbelievable, the shit that we get told. And again, it's a distraction. Let's stick to, our healthcare. Let's stick to civil liberties. Let's stick to, our wage, our inequality on wealth and wages. I mean, the important stuff that's going to make some change. And to your point, Gene, it's going to take more than just abstaining from fighting back. We're getting into territory and let's see how this weekend goes with the veterans, but we're getting to the point where you have to be out on the street. You're going to have to show some defiance. People are going to have to get arrested to really make this point. And we've been here before. Maybe it's an every 60-year thing that we have to go through this. But to your point, Gene, Black people handled the business last time. And I think it's time for Whitey to maybe step up and make a difference for a change instead of sitting back.
And sink fucking Elon's stock, whatever fucking businesses he has, fucking sink Tesla. Fuck that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Just destroy that fucking company until they boot him out of that. Guy's a piece of shit.
Trump finds that to be very unfair.
He's not even here fucking
Very
legally,
unfair.
motherfuckers. You just hand shit to fucking white people that have fucking
Yeah. Dude.
that you shouldn't. This guy should not fucking be here. Rupert Murdoch should have never fucking gotten a goddamn passport to this fucking country. There's just no fucking way because they came up with so fucking chaos. And their idea of what
Chaos
fucking
for
America
community.
is some fucking foreign made up bullshit in their head. Because those motherfuckers didn't grow up here. They don't know shit about us. Not a fucking thing. But that being said, I have a today in history question for you two, because it's relevant to what you guys like and the dumb shit you watch. So today in history, what happened in the 1917-18 season? Do you know?
Football?
No.
Is that what you're saying? Season? What season?
Okay, in the NHL. There, I gave it to you. I gave you the
2017,
clue.
2018.
What happened today in history?
March 11th.
2017, 2018, or 1917?
1917, 1918, fool.
Is that when you had the first black player in the NHL?
Fuck, I don't fucking know. No. How about you, Rob? You got a guess?
You said 1917, 1918?
Dude, you're kind of freezing and breaking up.
I just want to make sure it wasn't 2017, 2018.
I think
It was the 19. It had to do with the Lord Stanley's Cup. What about that? Lord Stanley's Cup,
Maybe
Gene, you're back.
Google
What
the
is it?
answer while I wait for your screen to come back.
I'm here.
What is happening?
Give me the happy ending, Gene.
Happy
What's
ending.
the answer?
I can see the happy ending. I can't see you two.
Well, you don't need to see me. I can hear you now. What was it?
Dude.
All right. Well, we're going to come back to that, Gene, because you're frozen.
I'm still waiting. Oh, there's Rob. Fuck, there's Rob. Where's Bill? Shit, I've been waiting
here.
for like 3
I don't
minutes.
know.
That was
We can
fucking
hear you.
stressful. I know, that's stressful.
1917, 1918. Is that what you said?
March
Yeah, what
11th?
happened?
The Lord Stanley Cup, something.
You're close. This is the very first championship game for the NHL.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
And Montreal was involved.
Montreal Canadiens and the Toronto Hockey Club or some shit. And
Wow.
I think Toronto won, and it was a 2-game series, and it was based on total points scored for the 2 games.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I just read it today in history. I thought you guys wouldn't know that because you were hockey nuts. I'm glad to see you back, though, because you were missing for like 2.5 minutes. And yeah, I know you can fucking hear me. That's why I'm standing there like a fucking idiot.
Well, I'm gonna go to my happy ending, and I'm gonna bring this little guy up here.
That's a cicada.
Oh, I miss those guys.
Well, they're back, baby. This is the
Okay.
first time. This is the brood of 14, I guess.
Oh, okay.
It's been 17 years since these guys came out, and they're coming with a vengeance. Okay, don't look into his beady eye, but you're gonna hear him coming, and just be prepared. The cicadas are back.
I had no problem with them.
I
For you
like
guys that are struggling financially and can't afford eggs, they're edible. Not the wings. I'm just saying, you fucking idiots that voted for fucking Trump that can't afford your shit. You can eat cicadas. There's recipes out there.
Yeah.
What region is that brood come up in, Rob? Do you know the region?
I think it's they didn't say exactly, but I would have
Okay.
guessed in the southeast, but I could be wrong.
Okay, I'll Google it. I can't remember which brood comes up in Richfield or in Ohio every 17 or so years.
I mean, they use Roman numerals. I mean, these guys it's old school. It's kind of cool that they even come back. They probably like peer their heads up here and they're like, what the fuck happened? I'm out of here.
Yeah.
This place
Fuck that.
sucks.
Yeah, it's a fucking feast for all the fucking birds and all the bug eaters out there for a few weeks. But,
Hey,
Gene, you got a happy
protein.
ending other
I
than
do.
the
My quick happy ending is I low key, even though she hasn't admitted it, I low key found out my mom listens to our show because she texted me randomly yesterday and started giving me all sorts of Nick Nolte facts. I'm like, what the fuck you giving me? And apparently, Nick Nolte went to Benson High School first, which is the public high school I would have gone to had I not gone to an all-boys Jesuit high school. So Nick Nolte actually lived somewhere close to where I grew up in my public school district. And then he got kicked out of Benson High School, and then West Side, because they're a bunch of rich cheaters, broke all the rules to let him come play football at West Side. And I don't know how long he lasted there. But yeah, Nick Nolte apparently lived in my school district. And my mom, that's the only way I found out my mom was listening to the show, because she started texting me Nick Nolte facts, which I thought was fucking hilarious.
Well, that's awesome. We need more support. Tell her to subscribe, comment, and rate.
Yeah, well.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Listen, you are. I saw a TikTok by Jeff Pearlman, the writer who is very popular on TikTok, and he said, his mom never reads any of his books.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, so Lois listens to the podcast, so you're ahead of Jeff Pearlman.
Yeah, well, she listens to the one with Nick Nolte anyway, so yeah, I'll have her comment for sure.
Anyway, just to answer your question on the road, they will be in Georgia, Kentucky, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, and West Virginia.
There you go.
There's a lot
Missouri,
of them.
That's
probably the second week of April. So,
has it been fucking 17 goddamn years already? Holy shit.
I know, right?
Time flies.
Nuts. All right, Billy, we got you up for the last one, and better be a good one.
Well, I got a haircut that I didn't have to walk out wearing a hat, so
I like it.
I'm pretty sure when I walk into the locker room tonight, Gallagher's not going to laugh at me.
I like it. Good haircut.
Fingers crossed. We'll see.
About fucking time.
I know, right?
Well, we'll take that. I thought that was a pretty good end to this beginning of the nightmare that we've been living for the last ever. It seems like.
Yeah, dude, it's only like day fucking what, 51 or some shit, 52 or some shit. Not even been that long. Dude. It's crazy. So yeah, I feel you.
Well, the good news is that we're putting it out there. People can fact check. People can find information if they desire. And people are getting pissed because this is just a fucking mess. And it's not sustainable. And it's not going in any direction that we grew up being comfortable with. So if you got to get out of your comfort zone and you got to go out and support, the people that are on the train before you that they come for, before it comes for you, let's be smart. Let's gather. Let's get together and let's fix these problems. My God.
Before Mel Gibson gets his fucking guns back.
Yeah, because then we're all in trouble.
Then we're all fucking. He doesn't even fucking Jewish people very much. He doesn't like blacks very much. He doesn't like women very much. And Trump wants to arm him.
It was Bondi. Bondi was the one that was pissed, right? She fired the attorney that wasn't going to allow
the order came down from Trump. President Trump suggests that you give him his license back. And that's when she's like, no, I can't do that. It goes against everything that, I believe in and everything that we've set up. So then she was in a meeting and she was called out and summarily fired, basically escorted back to her office where there were 2 security guards waiting for her. And so kind of scary. The word from on high comes down from the orange dictator that, do this or you're gone.
And it goes right to the attorney general. Good old Bondi doing whatever she needs to with that $25,000 investment that Trump gave her for Trump University to go away was a great investment.
Doing whatever Trump tells her to do.
All right. Well, let's hope for better shit on Thursday.
Yeah, we're gonna get better shit, Gene, and happier endings, maybe.
Yes,
sounds good. All right, man.
You guys have a good rest of the day. Good luck, Gino.
Thanks, man.
Keep up the good work.